Well, hello folks, or should I say hello crew, and welcome back to Mush. It's been almost 2 years, I believe, maybe just a year and a half since I last played. As far as I know, there's not been a whole lot of changes to the game, if any. I believe support for the game was more or less dropped shortly after I stopped recording it. There are changes to the game, however, that I never actually got to experience, and since it's been a year and a half, my memory of this game is a little bit fuzzy, to say the least. It's probably gonna be a ship that ends with me quickly dying. Uh, either I'll be Mush and I'll do something stupid and get killed, or I'm gonna do something stupid and people are gonna assume that I'm Mush and kill me that way. I have about 60 seconds until midnight. You're not going to be able to see my time clock. I'm only recording part of the window here. You'll just have to take my word for it, damn it. I didn't give much warning for this ship either. I only posted on Twitter about an hour and a half before starting here, and only uploaded a video to YouTube about 50 minutes before starting. So, kind of a little surprise grimness present here. There is nothing like, God, what is this stuff called? I bought it like 5 years ago. It should probably be thrown away. Shortcut to mushrooms. I don't even think they make it anymore. It's the best stuff. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this underway. I can't even talk now because I'm trying to freaking figure out what the hell is going on here. It's midnight. My mind is fucking scrambled from all of the possibilities here. We can be Ian, who I've never been and I'm never gonna be. Chun, who I believe I've recorded once and I don't feel like recording again. Steven Seagal, the very first character I played as, and also it was a Christmas special, who, it'd be perfect for this video to follow in Steven's footsteps again. And then Raluca Tomescu, who I believe I have played as, but I don't really find her gameplay from my memory that compelling. She sits in the engine room a lot and then attempts to murder anybody who comes in after her. Inevitably, she either gets killed by the crew, or is turned into mush and then killed by the crew. I think we're gonna be Steven, because it is oh so fitting. Alert, erroneous destination. Hunter attack underway. Emergency crew wake up procedure engaged. Our fingers work, our toes work. We are in a functional state. And yes, there is a... Good God, this is going to be so confusing. I might actually have to go through and do all this tutorial. Get your cook on. Let's see, my skills are chef, solid, and opportunist. But how much experience do I have? I've only got 47 experience left, which is most likely not enough to level up. No, I need 200, and that would just give me the ability to shoot better. Okay. I doubt we'll last 17 days. I would be very, very surprised. So, it's only day 1, cycle 3. It's still fairly early. Paola has woken up. Andy has woken up. I don't think Chow even exists anymore due to the patch. I could be wrong. Let's see. Astropad that I am still not going to use. That was made 3 minutes ago by Paola. I am very anti-third party tools or add-ons for this game. Astropad actually isn't that bad, I'll even admit it. As far as I know, it just keeps track of items. But there are much more nefarious ones out there, I believe, that I'm not really interested in. I like the base gameplay. I don't think there's anything wrong really with the interface or with making favorite threads and keeping track of things that way. Actually having to communicate with your crew instead of it just like reading the game log, which is what I think it does. Gioeli has woken up. So there's still not a whole lot of crew awake. There's only... there's actually no one in the med lab. I think that we go to the med lab. I'm not even going to bother to check anything. Eye tracky. What do we have in the shelving unit? A ton of pills, a bag of cocaine, some bandages, the usual. I think I'm just going to go ahead and lie down. The cycle still has 3 hours left, unfortunately. I am not going to be up for the start of the next cycle. It'll probably be about 6 hours, 7 hours before I wake up and record anymore. Which will hopefully give us time to fill the entire crew and everything like that. I will, however, be up for another 30 minutes or so, and will continue to piece on to this cycle. What happens. I'm sure more people are going to wake up very shortly, and we'll get some more threads and conversation going on here. I'm eager to find out what this crew is going to be like. Okay, it's been, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, and I've got to get ready for bed. Not a whole lot has happened. Gioeli entered the room and then left. Started a Neuron Projects thread that we will favorite. Apparently we're going to do Magnetic Net. There's Magnetic Return, Auxiliary Terminal, and Magnetic Net. If... Steven really needs to get down to the dorms so he can get a good sleep. If my memory serves me correctly, magnetic return means that our little expedition shuttle will return to the Icarus here should we all die while exploring the planet's surface down below. Auxiliary terminal adds a terminal to the engine room, which is way back here, basically just for Reluca to use. No one else should ever go into the engine room, unless she specifically requests it. And magnetic net means any pilots that are out flying around, I don't know if you can see my mouse painting the edges of the ship, if they're flying around out here, generally, if you jumped to warp to go to another planet or something, you would leave those pilots behind and they would be permanently dead. It is a great way to murder people. With magnetic net, however, should your ship jump, you'll pull those ships along with you, allowing the pilots to stay out there and fight for longer periods of time without having to worry about being left behind. However, I'm not going to stay here, because this is just mush bait waiting to happen. We're going to go through the turret, into Bravo Bay, and to Bravo Dorm, where we're just going to pass out. Probably need to respond to a couple of these just because, and let's see, where are action points? I think we get what, 1 point every cycle or something, unless we're in a bed. I honestly can't remember. Anyways, I think that we should probably use the turret, because I'm going to be kind of inactive for a while, considering the fact I have to sleep and then go to work. So, I'm not going to use all of it, but... okay, that's good. We took that down to 2. I don't know if I should... probably should just finish them off, if I can, instead of spreading out. I've only got 2 shots left anyways. 1 shot... every time we miss, there we go. Every time we miss, I don't know what I was gonna say, fuck it. Anyways, we're out of here. We missed our target. Oh yeah, every time we miss, our hit rate goes up. I could not figure out what I was trying to say there. We don't really have an inventory thread yet. I'm not gonna make one. I could go in here and make an inventory thread and state what we have in Center Bravo storage, but I'm not going to. I don't really want to do anything just yet. I don't want to waste movement points or action points. There was nothing in here. And most of these are going to be, you know, people picking stuff up, moving through the room and things like that. There is a camera in here, which is incredibly nice. The Lazaro Jungle, I believe that is machine gun, strangely enough. And I'm going to go ahead and take a bed. And this is where we will retire to for the night. Let's see, Gioeli is in here. Sounds good, boss. That's got my vote. You went up there and did some planetary research. Episorsus primus has 2 swamps, 2 insects. Predator's Desert. Earned a title somehow. Don't really know, whatever. And there's really not a whole lot going on. I'm kind of surprised. We definitely need more channels. How do I make things bold? I can't even remember now. It wasn't markup language, was it? Can't believe I've forgotten this. I'm gonna have to go read it now. Like, read on the wiki before I reply or anything. I'm just gonna make a skills thread and post it and tell people that if they need anything heavy lifted to go ahead and yell at me. The reason I'm not posting it right now is because I want it to be favorited, and I need to know how to bold it so it catches people's attention. Otherwise it will probably just disappear. So whenever we see you guys next, it's going to be a couple cycles ahead, I believe. Stephen is going to lie down and get some rest. He needs it after as long as he's been in cryosleep. Just to knock off the freezer burn. Well, hello crew, and good morning. I've just rolled out of my bed, and it's time to see what's going on in the ship here before I have to head out for my daily duties in order to maintain some semblance on this ship of actually being a functional human being. We still don't have a full crew, only 12 active members, which is kind of sad, but not all that surprising. I do remember a lot of ships used to take all the way up until day 1, like cycle 8, to get full. But I'm not gonna read the favorites tabs yet. Reluca says hello. Say hello to Reluca. Fleshfrida says, I plan on launching this expo prior to Mush. It would be nice if some people would come help out in case of a fight. I'd like to see Ian down here in case we get some fruit from the swamp. If she was down there right now, I might go step into the Icarus Bay. But it's probably not worth the risk right now. An unidentified unarmed ship has been detected. I don't remember what that means. Possibly merchants or traders, but I don't know what we would need to contact or talk to them. I know that you can trade stuff with merchant ships now. So far, both Andy and Hua have woken up and never even left the lab. Derek says, looks like we have 2 brain dead from the start. Let's just hope they're not done thawing out yet. Hopefully they're not those type of crew members that wake up and just sit there and never move. Frozen a bit too long, perhaps. Frida has a hydroponics thread. I'll favorite it, but I'm not actually going to worry about it unless I guess everyone else dies or something. Hello, my dear crewmates. It's been a long time since I woke up from cryosleep, and I'm looking to find you a planet or 2. First, though, would you rather I went after the hunters or scanned some planets? So you go for the hunters. We're on a planet. Can't move before Mush. Yeah, I think that whenever I go to lunch today and come back, if nothing else is going on, and provided I'm not a mush, which I probably shouldn't be making plans like to do friendly activities until mush have been selected. But that's probably what I'll end up doing today, is go shoot down some hunters. Planet thread. Describe any planets you find here so we can choose where to go next. I'll favorite that. Neuron projects, yeah, it's already favorited. Did you have a nice sleep, you two? We have a long journey ahead of ourselves, so there may not be any time to rest. But damn it. Resting is what I do best. I need to go back and get some rest. Still haven't had enough. Frida says she messed up the thread. This is the survival thread. Let's see. Food. Please report any ailments that befall us, including illness, hunger, or injury. It is important for the records for what supplies are used. I guess that might be useful. I don't know. The dirty thread. Of course that's important. If you get dirty in this game and you don't tell people why, you can pretty much expect to be murdered. And even if you do tell people why, pretty good chance you might get murdered anyways if you don't have a damn good reason. Let's see, Frida says, you best bring the super freezer to the Icarus Bay once those robots finish fixing it, otherwise all the food we get in the go to waste. I doubt anyone likes the spoiled stinking ship. Terrence is a technician and a pilot. Ian's biologist. Derek is sexy. Derek. I'm keeping it. You're not that sexy. Too tired to come up with anything more clever than that right now. Derek, I like that one. Okay, so of course magnetic net is being advanced on. And, anyone know if the freezer is fixed? I plan to do the expo at some point and we're likely to get meat. Anyways, I think I'm gonna pause. No, I'm not gonna pause this because the cycle will be ending soon. I do need to go get ready for work, and I will most likely see you guys in cycle. I think it'll be cycle 7. Hopefully everybody has woken up by then, including me. Well, hello crew. It's now day 1, cycle 8. The ship is finally fully fleshed out with 16 active crew members, 2 of which are Mush, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. I haven't bothered to read any of the chat log here. Joelle's hurt. Let's see, Frida has an expedition log started. Apparently Frida, Joelle, and Jin Su all went on an adventure. No one came back dirty. I don't guess they really found anything. Jin Su says, remind us not to trust Frida's intuition on the next expo. I'm sorry, insects like your flesh. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Insect accident. Someone got sick. Insect damage. What a horrible, horrible planet. Oh, that looks like a complete washout. I'm gonna kind of be the negative person on this ship, probably. Cryogenic system is completely done. D1, cycle 7. The hunt begins. Frida says, now we can finally get that expo done and leave orbit. I'd like a helper or two in case a fight breaks out down there. And Jinsu, if you're going to be around this cycle, I'd like to knock out the expo and leave before the end. Yeah, Jinsu has to go, if you seriously think about that expo. Jinsu should almost never stay behind on this ship if you can help it. He is the captain. And if he's a mush, he can do very bad things to people who are down on expos. Alicia the detective says, "What are the zones? From what was reported earlier, this planet doesn't look worth it. We should just leave." Frida says, so I choke here. Frida says someone has to guard the console so no one can get in and move this ship. Derek agrees. Just get us out of orbit and start finding a decent planet. Although scrap recovery would also be good. Jinsu says he's available. The swamps are apparently worth it, Alicia says. If we get a good fruit early, we could radically improve our odds of survival. Yeah, if we got jumpkins on day one, that would be crazy. So basically, they've just been talking back and forth, telling people to watch the showers and planning on making plans for their little adventure down there. Communications thread. Comms are at 12%. This thread is dedicated to communication announcements, updates, and trade discussions. We'll favorite that. Let's see, where were we? Don't much care about this planet one, so I'm just gonna skim through it. Wait, did they actually stop it? I guess you can't go on an exploration before the mush are selected. I don't know. I forget everything that you can get from planets. You can get oxygen, like she was mentioning, which we're down to 23 of 32. You can also get fuel, even though you don't get very much of it. If someone gets ill, we'll have another confirmed human. If people get sick down on the planet, it's good news for you, because Mush can't get sick. So, if you're ever wanting to throw off suspicion of yourself, because say you're a human and people are suspecting you, go on an exploration. Go on a little adventure with them. Maybe you'll get sick, and then you'll be cleared for quite some time. And yeah, just more talks about the planet. Mush sample is in the lab. Alicia says she can do a bunch of relays to knock out CS. I don't remember what that is. Something counter spore. Some type of spore gas, maybe. Apparently, maybe Chun's not active. Andy's a pilot. Chun moved around, but she took nurse. That is a bad sign. Chun is the only person aboard the ship who cannot be Mush. Ever, as far as I know. She is completely immune to spores and being mushified. Verluca broke down a shower in order to get some scrap, which is pretty common. Ships generally only keep one shower, and they keep it in Bravo dorm. You only need one shower. It's easier that way for the crew to kind of watch people who get dirty, because if you come in and take a shower, people are going to notice. Whether or not that's fair, I don't know. Constipopore serum, that's right. I'll favorite the research thread there. Titles were given out. Upgrading beam, wrecked motor, never going anywhere fast with that, blah blah blah. Sold. Trading a random crewmate will earn us Pilgrid. Joelle has a tech mage book. He'll hold on to it for now. They're talking about giving Alicia that tech book that'll give her additional abilities, I guess. And our Alicia does have IT expert, which I don't remember what that means. The engineering thread. Frida made. Report any repairs to Pilgrid or fuel usage here. And warning, do not attempt to drink the fuel. This is actually an act of cannibalism. Since we ran out of fuel on the way here, so I stuffed Chow and Finola into the reactor. Good thinking on that fuel boost, Frida. Even though maybe it would have been better if I would have cooked them into food. Information thread. Post any relevant information about what is going on here, including deaths, inactives, Mush identity, and other miscellaneous information. And no, you charging or firing your laser is not important enough to be in that thread, apparently. I would disagree, but whatever. Jinsu from 5 hours ago woke up. Wan Sheng Hao, everyone. This is your commander speaking. Neuron realized to leave the most important crew member to be the last one defrozen. Wait, what do you mean I'm not the last one? Bloody ship, I want Quan T executed before dawn. End of transmission. Have a good day, everyone. And the good detective is the last one awake, which I think was Alicia. Someone put a camera in the Nexus, but if we're going to leave one here, I suggest we make it Reluca's temporary home so she isn't running back up here when we need her. Okay, magnetic net has been reinstalled. Frida says maybe the people have thawed a little bit too much in response to me from 6 hours ago. I said, let's just hope they're not done thawing out yet. We don't want a whole bunch of inactive people on this ship. Somewhere I've missed a message, but whatever. That channel is all red. There's a lot of reading to do and catch up here. Let's see. So, Derek, you're not that sexy, you know. Reluca goes, okay, sure, Frida, in response to asking her to break down the shower. Jinsu says, as commander, I could take 2 different roles for you. I could be the leader you all need to stay in high morale, or I could be a pilot you need to crush those bastard hunters. Jinsu says he's not paid enough to be both of them. I don't know what he's going to take. Probably he's going to take pilot. I would be happier if he took leader, but generally morale is not a problem unless the ship starts falling apart real fast with people dying and suiciding. Derek says, I've always found our hard-working commander often having a hard time to have enough AP and movements in order to be an effective pilot, as he spends so much time running around the ship to join expos, move the ship, etc. It can be done, but depends on you and your activity. I don't think we know how active our Janice will be yet. The leader could be crucial. Quan T is a designer and technician, and Elisha is a tracker and an IT expert. I made an open bed thread so I could tell people when beds are open. Let's see. I said Bravo dorm is filled. My rest needs for now, leaving the middle bed next to a farting Gioeli open. He says, consider yourself sued for defamation. My lawyers will contact you soon. Derek says, Kwan, are you around? If so, I'll give my bed up to you. I generally won't be using a bed because I'm not going to be wasting a bunch of AP on stuff. I don't care about the hydroponic stuff. They've been relaying, and they did complete magnetic net. Next up is dismantler, neuron participation, and launch propulsion system. I don't remember what launch propulsion system does, but I think it just takes 1 AP off launches, and maybe landings too. My vote is on neuron helping us out. LPS is nice, but neuron can save us all a lot of AP. Neuron participation means every cycle, I think it adds 5% to whatever you're researching. I think it's 5%. It might be more, it might be less. Now, I have full movement and AP. So, the question is, what do I want to do? Because I'm not going to be home before the next cycle. I could go all the way up to the bridge and work on the communication, getting that link established to Sol, which is what I'm going to do. I mean, I might as well. There isn't a whole lot else for me to do. I can check the freezer, see if that's been repaired yet. There's Janice and Chun. What is Janice doing? Alicia left the room. Janice has just been idling in here for quite some time. At least for a couple cycles. Go all the way up to the bridge. I'm not going to bother cooking any food either. We do have a camera up here, so I could idle here, which is what I'll do. Let's see, access the terminal. An attempt to establish comms, up to 16%. Where is that? Comms 16%. Gonna rest here for a bit, and we'll relay it next chance I get. What I need to find is the thread where we were talking about moving stuff. Gioeli, my nose never lies and it will be valid evidence in space court, should you attempt to sue me. This is one of the problems with this chat system. It's really easy to lose threads and stuff. Just let me know. So, right now, the ship is quiet. The Mush have awoken. Their nefarious schemes are hopefully being planned out right now. And whenever we return in about 4 to 5 hours, I'm gonna just hope that things are still peaceful. I don't want a whole lot of chaos just yet. Well, hello crew, and welcome back. It's now day 2, cycle 1, and I've spent the last several hours here on the bridge, basically just watching lights beep, looking out the windows, and enjoying the scenery. It's been fairly quiet on the ship, and I don't think we've received any communications. At least I don't understand anything on this little console here. I do think I have a plan as to what I'm going to do, though, with all of my AP and movement points. Let's see, Constipaspore, I could swoop down and do that. I wasn't really planning on that. I can do that. Now, whenever you research, you get dirty. That isn't what I was planning on doing, though, damn it. What I was planning to do... trying to see who's active. What I was planning to do was fly a ship out into space and collect some scrap. I was trying to count this. Only 10 people active? So we're missing 6. 6 people haven't really spoke up in chat at all. Alicia says, any active pilots besides Frida? Ideally, someone can go scrapping before we leave here. If only I could fly. I'd go out there and gather scrap. Pretty sure I still can fly if somebody enables non-pilots to be able to take off. But I think I have a greater chance of damaging the ship, which is not a good thing. They're talking about kicking Paola out of bed. There's an inventory thread here. This is what I was waiting on. I was half tempted to make it myself, but I really wanted to wait. Let's see. Gioeli is apparently being confirmed human by Jinsu. That doesn't mean I trust it. They could both be Mush. I mean, unless I can confirm that with the log here. I don't know what room he cured him in. They're probably both down in the dorms. I'd have to guess Alpha dorm. Let's see, shelving unit, research lab. Pretty sure I need to pick up the stain-proof apron. Yep. Pick it up, that automatically equips it, and then do some research here. There's a camera in here, so I could help relay this. Constipaspore, Sarah. 2 AP to participate. Yeah, if you don't wear the apron, you'll get dirty, and it'll be very suspicious. 4 to 6. Let's see. There's 2 more messages. We did get a connection to Soul, apparently. Can relay for a bit if anyone is here. I'm not gonna record myself relaying this back and forth, but if somebody in like the next 30 minutes or so speaks up, I'll sit here and spend most of my AP bouncing research back and forth through them. There's a negative, a downside to researching too many times in a row. Every time you research solo, your efficiency drops. So if you have another person here that you can tag team with, you can keep hitting basically at your maximum efficiency and conserve that AP. So drop that because I don't need it anymore. Exit this screen. And I think this is where I'm going to stay for now. When we come back, it'll probably be the next cycle. It looks like all the beds are full anyways, so yeah, we'll still be in here. Well, good morning, crew, and welcome back on board. It's been a little bit since I last made a journal update here. It's day 2, cycle 5, and for the longest time yesterday the ship was eerily quiet. Just me and pretty much Alicia sat here and relayed research while chit-chatting and talking up about our current situation. There wasn't a whole lot going on. Apparently we've also left orbit of the planet finally. Let's see. Paola has become the comms manager. She is active. Frida says to skip the first base. There are different rebel bases that you can contact, and you contact them, I believe, on different days of your journey. I don't think it's random which bases you contact. I think they come in a certain specific order. But obviously you don't have the AP if you don't have a bed on the bridge, like a sofa for her to sleep on. For her to contact everything and then do everything else that she needs to do. Okay. So, Andy and Hua are officially brain dead. Paola is not. Alright, people, we have a problem that needs to be solved now. Looks like both Chun and Janice are inactive. Around day 5, we're going to start having morale problems. I suggest we get Myco alarms done and turn the med bay into a morale room, if you know what I'm talking about. Active and mute. We need to hear your voice, Chun. You need to speak up. Okay. I need to go up there and help Paola reconnect. And what do we have? An anomaly detector. Nothing beats a little neuron defragmentation. Filled with happiness, it is more than content to pass a little extra info along to your PDA. I didn't think that's what we were going for. I thought we were... Oh... I think we got that because of Paola's research. I was going to say, I didn't think we were researching that. I thought we were researching neuron participation down there. Let's see. Apparently, Terrence flew out to collect scrap, but Roland already did. There he got fuel. Roland might be a non-English speaking player. Alicia was the comms manager for a little bit. Now Paola is... Okay, let's see. A new thread so there's no confusion. Joelle thought Terrence was Mush and threw him into the RC to get away from Ian. But after checking some room logs and discussing it, we decided there is no current evidence that Terrence is Mush. I have dropped the medkit in rear corridor where you may heal Terrence if you feel like it. However, we are putting Bravo Dorm on lockdown. Repeat, no getting dirty or entering Bravo Dorm at all until Terrence has a chance to get back under camera. I find that suspicious. Why the hell would you put the medkit in the rear corridor? As far as I know, there's not a camera there. Joelle tried to kill him. On further review of logs and such, Terrence's Mush status is still unknown. I'm not saying he's human, but I am saying that our resident billionaire can be a little hasty. Joelle is a bit paranoid. Okay. The only reason, in my opinion, you would put the medkit in the rear corridor is so that you could booby trap the chest that it's in and spore people who go try and pick it up. So Ian's taking care of the plants, that's good. We got Sprinter and Medic Mage books. Should get GOLE as current confirmed human to get Medic book and start working on Mush research. Chun with Medic will be more useful. GOLE says he doesn't want any extra responsibilities. I could use something extra to do. I wouldn't mind one of those mage books. It would give me something more to do than just running around basically clicking on consoles to help people update their research. Terrence got dirty repairing the Bravo dorm door. Derek injected fuel. Roland is dirty in Alpha dorm. I could go to the refectory and see if Roland went in there. Here's the inventory log. Stuff all over the place. I don't really care about any of that. I'm not going to be messing with any inventory for now. Let's see. Frida says I'm heading up to the bridge since Paola is up there. That was 2 hours ago. Based on how the crew is right now, Neuron is pretty much required. Doubt we'll get much done in a timely manner without it. That is correct. Me and Alicia got Constipaspore up to 51% yesterday while chit-chatting about Mush and just trying to figure out what was going on. I think what I'll do is relay, well, yeah, I'm going to relay this Constipaspore one more time. I should probably stay in here. In fact, this is where I'm going to stay for the remainder of probably day 2 until we get this serum knocked out. If you have this serum, I believe it takes an extra spore to turn people mush. So it is incredibly useful, basically required if you don't want everyone on the ship to be turned into mush by like a day 6 or something. I think I'm just going to drop the apron here. So for now, our research continues into anti-mush. I don't want to say anti-mush research, but anti-mush crap. How about that? That's what our research is continuing into. The crew in the ship is incredibly quiet. It's eerily quiet. Chun has no voice. Roland has no voice. We don't know if their voices were frozen solid and they lost them in cryosleep. But hopefully they find a way to speak to us soon so we can kind of get a sense of their character and what's going on. We'll see you guys in a couple cycles, most likely. Well, hello crew, and welcome back. It's now day 2, cycle 7, soon to be cycle 8, and there's been, looks like, a decent amount of activity on this ship today. Before we dig into the favorite threads, which are going to take forever, let's see what we got over here in general chat. Hostile vessels. There's only 6 hunters. Frida's asking for help from Roland and Terrence because she doesn't have the points to fly out there and shoot them down. Primarily, yeah, due to her astro scanning and saving for the expo. Let's see, how are they doing with their Terrence beat down? No problem, I can understand it. It was because I'm dirty, Terrence asks. Shawali says, no, I thought repairing a door at the very start of the cycle is an excuse for sporing. Being dirty and losing 4 AP for launching Pasiphae and returning is another excuse for lost AP. Lucky for you, I'm a lazy assassin, and Alicia found out that you in fact did both of those things. go ahead and be careful that we don't let the paranoia tear us apart just yet. There's still time for that, however. It's important early on to stay strong with your comrades in arms. So Janice is still inactive, Chun is active, she's just not saying anything. And our captain makes an announcement. Important announcement. Hello, crew. As you know, I bring different benefits to this ship that are of invaluable importance. So if any of you is in need of a morale boost or you have a request for a mission, let me know on a PM channel or here. And he ends his announcement. Okay. Looks like we've got a connection with Soul back again. Terrence is the new Neuron administrator due to Janice being inactive. And now it's time to get to the meat of things and see what's going on. They have found a new planet, Mushibon. 4 zones, junk zones, trashed, threw it away. She's got also Grumamia Loomis. Has intelligent life, which is good. Oxygen, which is great. Desert, I don't know what you can get from that. Strong winds has a chance of tearing items away from you. Swamp, I think you can get fruit from. And 2 unknown zones that have yet to be scanned. She also asks Jinsu to leave the bridge so that she can get extra AP from Paola's logistics bonus. Derek says, I think we can build the Babel module now, so we'll want to use that. Let's see, 1 times Ruins and 1 times Ruminants are the 2 unknown zones. Ruins has a chance of giving us artifacts, and Ruminants are food. Good enough. Someone needs to inject 3 fuel. I would inject the fuel, but I'm not going to. Primarily because Reluca is down there, so she can do it. Neuron projects. Right now, they're only at 24% research on that. I'm not going to run down there. 3 to 8 on day 2, cycle 7. I'm not going to eat just yet until I actually get hungry. And it looks like we're going to research myco alarms. Constipaspore has been finished, of course. We've got anomaly detector and magnetic net. Frida borrowed the apron for a meal. And she brought it back. I'm going to do a bit more research and then probably head down to the dorms. Maybe I'll grab the freezer and take it with me. I doubt that it's been fixed yet. Myco alarm is now up to 26%. 26%. I'm not really interacting with the crew. I'm gonna maintain kind of a distant vibe for now. 1 minute ago, Gioeli went down there and loaded fuel, so I don't have to worry about that. They're talking to Ian and trying to teach him basic plant care. Let's see. Derek was wanting to know what talent he should take. He says, I'm silver and have 2 slots. We have no piloting book, so shooter is only useful for expos and some mush killing. I can actually take motivator and get people pumped up on movement points. But no, Jinsu didn't take pilot. Or, yeah, he took leader instead of pilot, which we need because if Janice is brain dead, we're pretty much screwed. Yup, Alicia agrees with me. She nods her head. Jinsu says, I love being a commander. And Derek goes, no, I get the sex. I might wait until I'm down to 4 morale or such and get some volunteer to help me. I don't know too much about Derek's character and his abilities. When Derek and Andy came out, I kind of quit playing the game. But I believe he gets a skill, or has a passive trait, or he has something that basically he can bang anyone on the ship. And maybe even guys, I don't know. and get decent morale from it. Looks like there's 3 people there, there's 3 people here. I was gonna go down to the dorm. I've got full movement points, so let's go ahead and go. I don't need any morale. You can pick up the cat and hug it once per journey in order to get some extra morale from it. The danger is if the mush get a hold of the cat and spore it before anyone else basically puts it someplace safe, you can get a spore from the cat every single time. It can only be carried out once per day. I'm guessing Gioeli came in here and got the stuff. Gioeli's picked up. Nope, Gioeli already got the super freezer. So there was no reason for me to come in here at all. I'm half tempted to cook myself a meal. I don't think I need to eat until day 3 some point. Whatever. I'm going to, let's see, heat it. Let's cook it. Probably get dirty. I'm gonna be making bad decisions here. I'm gonna take it to the dorm and eat it in there, however. But I'm not gonna eat it just yet. It should be good for a little bit before it goes bad. I don't know how long they stay good for. But eventually they do go rotten, I believe. So yeah, all of these beds are full. Nothing else is going on the ship. Pretty much just getting ready to go on an expedition, which I will try to go on, provided I'm actually online whenever they start discussing it and move down into the bay. You don't want to be one of the first people to move down there and be all by yourself, because you're a perfect target for one of the mush to come down there and just ruin your day. We've got the knife, the hacker kit, med kit, Lazaro jungle in here. And whenever we return, it'll be most likely probably day 3, cycle 1. And maybe we'll get that expedition underway. Well, hello crew, and welcome back. It's now day 3, cycle 2, and it's been a little bit longer than I would have liked since I last checked in, but there wouldn't have been a whole bunch I could have done anyways had I come back. I only have 8 AP and 9 movement points, which really isn't that many. To get stuff done, I really prefer to have almost full bars. There's been a lot of talk in the general chat. Apparently Andy is dead. We've lost 1 crew member. Good job, Andy, on not even finishing the tutorial. If they die from starvation this early, it means they didn't eat in the tutorial. They gave up. Apparently Janice was active this cycle. She at least flirted with Jinsu. General patching up has been installed. It's a very useful one. Every cycle, the Daedalus has a 15% chance of not falling apart, which becomes incredibly useful the longer your ship survives. Alicia is also trying to set up a schedule for Jinsu to come give everyone a speech for morale, because it's going to start dropping. I'm down to 8. If you're not gold, they're down to 6. I don't remember what the danger zone is. I think it's like 4 or 3 or something like that. We have arrived at our new destination. Frida says she's planning to prepare for the expedition. She's snagging the hacking kit to bring it with her. When is this getting underway? I have a bit of time right now. I could go, which would be fun. Chun also apparently fixed the broken door in the facility and planted a banana. Good job, Chun. She shot down 1 hunter, almost killed the second, and Derek's trying to please get her into medical so that she can help with research. Let's see, Raluca fixed a fire. Myco alarms have apparently been pushed at least above 36%. That was 7 hours ago. So let's see, we still don't really have any pilots. At least nobody out there. Nobody talking about it anyways. There's a single hunter after us. And rear alpha turret is broken. Oh well. I don't think anyone needs to go back there anyways. So Elisha apparently is also looking for a relay. Maiko's are at 51%. But since the expedition probably isn't going to happen soon, it'll most likely happen in the morning or whenever I'm asleep or something. I might go up there and do some more relaying. Right now, all my basic job title is apparently just research relayer. Chun only took the nurse ability, so we're definitely screwed. If Chun takes her other ability, I believe you don't lose 1 AP per day. Otherwise, you lose 1 AP every day. If she doesn't take that ability, if she chooses just nurse, she's the worst Chun you could ever have. So let's see, Roland, want to tell us how you got dirty before we pull out the knife? And Paola says maybe he was dirty punching me out of bed. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he has a mushroom in his mouth. And he can't talk. We'll push a little bit of intrigue there. Maybe get somebody murdered. Let's see, what are we researching now? Still neuron participation. It's only 38%. I could go relay that once. And okay. I think what I'm going to do is step away for a couple minutes. We'll wait to see if Elisha responds to the message we sent her on our little PDA here. And if she does, I'll come back and we're going to go relay some research. If she doesn't, I'm probably just going to stay in here and save my AP, just in case we go on the expo in the morning or something. Well, hello crew, and good morning. It's now day 3, cycle 6, and nothing happened last night as far as me going and doing research with Alicia or running to Neuron. I have just now, as of 7 minutes ago, maxed out both of my action and movement points, so we have to do something now. But before we do that, we need to claw the sleep crystals out of our eyes and see what's going on in the ship. Apparently Janice has woke up and wandered her way into storage. Somewhere. I don't know exactly which storage room she's in. Anyways, Janice is up and moving around. So let's see. Jinsu apparently gave a speech in the lab. He's gonna take the bed and med lab so it won't be wasted, and as commander he forbids everyone from entering it. There's no camera in there. Only Chun can come in. If I was a Mush, that would be the prime time we would bum rush him. We would have set up some type of plan to both charge in that room and spore the fuck out of him until he turned. Let's see, especially with this crew, because they seem very, very weak. Like, I don't think there's anybody really playing security at this point and piecing things together. Alicia's pretty much just researching, it seems like. I don't know what Derek is doing. So it seems to be a very mush-friendly ship right now. He's going to give a second speech in Alpha Dorm when he wakes up, apparently. That'll give us a good excuse to leave B Dorm, which I did not do. I don't know if he's given it yet. Paola asks for his mission. And let's see. Jinsu is awake. Now he says, speech given in Alpha Dorm. I want to ask permission to kick Roland off the bed. So I missed the speech by 12 minutes. It doesn't really matter. My morale is not hurting that much. Chun meekly asks why Jinsu is injured. Apparently there was a room shake in Alpha Dorm. It hit Roland and Quanti and Derek. Does anyone have any ideas who is standing at rear Alpha storage since cycle 1? Rear Alpha storage. If he is no Mush by now, my name isn't Chinese. Yeah, he probably is. It'd be a good room to go check and see who's been going in and out of it. Anybody who shouldn't be even going in there would be a little bit suspicious. Derek says, ladies, due to the lack of murdering, I am feeling a little down. I was wondering if one of you beautiful women would like to help pick me up. And Frida says, we can fix the lack of murdering at any time. Just tell me when you want to kill Roland. Last time I checked, he still hasn't reported why he is dirty. So Roland will probably be dead by the end of the day. Just give the word and my fists will do the talking on Roland's face. So, Rita says they wish to wait for Myco alarms before we apparently go on the expedition, just in case the oxygen zone rolls bad. Well, I'm probably not going to be around because I have to leave for work in about 30 minutes. So Janice came into Alpha Dorm, flirted with everyone, and then left. Paola Hua is highly inactive. Please trade him if it's possible. Damn. We'll try to push Hua into a storage room or whatever and ship them off. Unidentified ships. Janice came back and stole her title, which is unfortunate. Chun. Frida says, Chun, you need to stay in the lab for certain researches to even be available. Please don't waste your time on any other tasks. At least for the time being. So I was invited to a personal discussion, let's say. Frida says, next cycle I plan on either sending off the expedition or cutting off Roland's head. Unless someone has a reason why Roland should be left alive, I'm going to kill him. He doesn't talk, which makes him a liability to the crew since we can't tell what he was doing. He's just acting far too mush-like. Jinsu says I'm available for the expedition. If no one else comes along, we can take care of Roland together. Derek begs to shoot someone. Frida says, if I'm still on at the start of cycle 6, I'll check. I might have to go before the cycle, but I should be around towards the end. She also says, I want to check one last thing before we murder Roland, but I want to wait till the next cycle so I'm ready to murder. That is, unless there is an open bed in Alpha Dorm. Jinsu says, Derek is capable of both joining the expedition or tackling Roland. A room shake, hurt everybody in there. Frida says, let's wait till the start of next cycle or before I have to go to see if anyone else chimes in. Alicia already doesn't seem to mind. So, from the AB2 log, he opened a space capsule. Could have been dirty from that, but people who don't report dirtiness don't have my sympathy. Brought a knife. I don't want to make a rash decision. If we want to murder him, we can just do it when we get back. Also, it's more like 3.5 since Alicia simply doesn't care. So, I can do it right now if needed. I can kill him if needed. I mean, I'm about to head to work for 8 hours and I have full AP, so I certainly would like to use it. Jinsu says, I'm sorry, but the decision is on you. You brought the matter up. I have little info on the suspicions, but if he turns up to be Mush, we would regret not killing him. As far as the favorites threads, they're relaying neuron research. I could swing down there and use it. Myco alarms are at 79. Just mark that channel as red. And apparently the only thing we can actually trade away right now are plant pots, which is not really something you want to trade away. So I have to do something. I think we'll swing into the Nexus, relay a bit of research there, unless somebody says something before I commence. So we'll stand. There is a camera in here, so we could hang out here all day if we wanted. Let's see. What's been going on in the logs? I entered, Frida entered, Derek and Raluca entered, Roland and Raluca entered. Quan T hasn't been back in here in almost a day. Just kind of disheartening. I really would have liked to have been Quan T. He's by far my favorite character. Well, him and Janice. I like Janice's ability to interact with the crew. And Quan T's ability to just be a complete badass at just about everything. So we'll bump this up. Hopefully we'll get the good one, and not too bad. Projects, 81%. We'll relay for the next, and I'll relay it for the next 10 minutes. Which is pretty much all I'm going to be doing before work. I might even just end the video with me sitting in this room. There's no reason for me to really leave it right now. I mean, I don't need a bed, so going and laying down would be a waste for like 2 cycles when somebody else could use that bed instead. Anyways, I think I am gonna step away for a moment here. We'll see if any of the radio transmissions come in asking for me to come pummel Roland's face into a bloody pulp, which I would gladly do if just given the order. Oh. No killing, Gioeli says. Okay. And then go ahead and go for... Okay. If we're not killing, then I'll be here in the Nexus for like 2 cycles. So I'll see you guys later. All I'm gonna do today apparently is relay in the Nexus. Well, hello crew, and welcome back. It's now day 3, cycle 7, and no one else has died yet. Let's see what's going on. In the favorite threads, Myco Alarms is at 94%. Neuron here. Looks like I will be finishing it. It's at 97. Let's go ahead and participate. There we go. Now, Neuron projects. Next 3. Plasma shield. Quantum sensors. I think this one is pretty straightforward. However, I'm not even going to attempt to research it because 1% is not even worth my time. Somebody else with technician or physicist can come back here and get a much larger research boost. So yeah, I'm not going to waste my AP. What I am going to do now though, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like they've already got 4 people down in the research bay. Before I go any further, the plants were watered, and Roland, this is your only warning. Get dirty again and not report it, and I'll have your head. They've held off on killing Roland for now. Apparently the chat channel here is messed up. Frida says, yeah, before I left for work, I said, don't make threats you can't back up, old man, talking to Gioeli, because he said that anybody who tries to kill with Roland will be considered mush and dealt with. I don't like Gioeli. I'm probably going to murder him before the end of this ship. Frida says, I'm going for now, but I plan to get the expo finished when we get back. Derek goes, yeah, morale is the biggest concern right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Janice is mush, just plain noob. Regardless, avoid touching anything in the rear corridor just in case Roland is a mush. And everybody is leaving the chat, probably because they're dropping their walkies as they go on an expedition. Okay, so neuron participation is done. So I probably should have researched it just once since the cycle is ending, and then neuron would add another 5% next cycle, but whatever, I'm not going back in there. For the love of all things holy, please come freeze the 8 stakes we brought back. Okay. Gioeli or Chun should hold it so the mush can't use it, or we inject it as fuel. Apparently we got oil as an artifact. Pretty much everyone needs healing. Let's go ahead and go to Icarus Bay. Oh, I can't, because it's occupied. Get out of the bay so I can get in there and freeze them. It can only hold 4 people. It won't let any more go down in there for some reason. I guess so the game doesn't randomly choose out of the 4 people down there who's going to go on the expo. Let's see, Derek, you should ask Chun. She is the safest bet, given you might sleep with a Mush otherwise. And Derek says, I'm not picky as long as she's willing. And they've already started scanning another planet. So... Or no, that was the expedition they went on, that's right. So, do not go into Icarus Bay till I arrive with the Myco alarms. So maybe they already finished Myco alarms? They just didn't say anything. Terrence, I'm borrowing the scooter till the expedition is over so I don't get stranded. Let's see. Do not bring your communication device. There's a chance it could get lost. She's gonna launch in a few minutes. Jinsu has to go, otherwise you are risking abducting him by Mush and being stuck on the planet forever. Okay. Pretty much nothing going on. At least nothing new. We'll mark this as red. There's one message floating around somewhere. Medkit should be in Alpha Dorm. There's only 3, so... Let's go to Icarus Bay. It's a good thing that Frida's active at the same time I am pretty much all the time. Okay. Super Freezer. I don't really know how to freeze this food. Steaks. Hyper Freeze. Transforms a perishable foodstuff into non-perishable. I wonder if I can get dirty from this. Either way, we're going to use all of my cooking points for it. We've successfully frozen and repacked all of this stuff. I don't know if knocking over anything is good or bad. I think you can get hurt by knocking stuff over, but whatever. Okay, so the alien steaks are frozen. Standard ration, standard ration. Let's drop that. I think the ration that I cooked is gone already. Even though I didn't eat it, it must have expired. I probably should have ate it. I thought I'd have a little bit more time with it before it went bad. And Frida says, I just died a little on the inside, most likely because she wanted quantum sensors. Very sad. Very sad that we can't get quantum sensors. It makes scanning for planets a lot easier. Alicia goes, dang, sucks to lose quantum sensors in particular. Did you start plasma so Neuron works it? No, I did not. No, I did not start it. And I'm not going to either. What I am going to do is go all the way back up to the research lab, where my AP will probably be put to better use than, say, down there in the Neuron Nexus place. Can't remember its name. Okay. Chun is now sleeping in her bed. This is Chun's room, that is Chun's bed. Unless there's a camera in there, and then it's basically anyone's bed. But, let's see. Get this apron on. And hopefully there's research I can finish here, that 94%. No one said anything was completed. And there's not much language, spore sucker, anti-spore gas, anabolics, and narcotics distiller. Okay, so there's nothing for me to do. Except, apparently earn titles. Episode 2, Crystallite Shards. Revenge of the Crystallite Shards. Something. Let's see. Hang out in the lab till I get back in about 4 hours. So yeah, whenever we return, probably more research. I have a feeling that Roland will be getting killed soon. Somebody's going to be murdered soon. By the end of day 4, there's going to be some deaths. I can almost guarantee it. In fact, because I might need this, let's go ahead, pick up the cat, and give it a nice little cuddle. I haven't done that yet. And, of course, the fucking cat clawed me. Not a very good morale boost to have your eyes clawed. Dang it. Jinsu says, let me know when the scrap was collected so I can move the ship. I'm in a hurry. I'll be back before day change. And I will see you guys most likely on day 4, cycle 1. Well, hello crew, and welcome back. It's now day 4, cycle 3. No one else is dead. Our oxygen is good, so the expedition must have went well, and our fuel reserves aren't too bad. We have no hunters after us, our armor isn't doing too terrible, and it's time to see what I should spend all of my AP on. I was basically waiting for this cycle change to happen before I started recording. Just from glancing over the chat log, it's been kind of dead on the ship today. Not a whole lot going on. We can leave this chat because the discussion was about killing Roland. And since apparently we're not going to kill him anymore, we don't need that. So, let's see what's going on in the dirty thread. Derek says he got dirty cooking. FYI, he's going to be away quite a bit tomorrow. So, he's going to have to wash and stay in the dorm and not move about. So yeah, we'll be down Derek for a while. Alicia got dirty loading fuel, apparently. A lot of people getting dirty for no reason. Again, being dirty is about one of the only ways to really easily tell who's a mush and who isn't. Also, I'm starving, so I have to eat this time. Let's see. Crewmate for hydropot is offered. Should we do this? Better than Hua dying of starvation and costing us. I don't know. Hua will starve to death soon, in another day or so. A day and a half, maybe. Inventory thread's been updated with some junk. They're still talking about how plasma shields has kind of screwed us of just about any planet scanning upgrade that we can get. Ian took care of all the plants on cycle 8, and that's all I'm worrying about on this channel. What about in general chat? Unidentified unarmed ship detected. So 11 minutes ago a trading ship showed up. That's where Alicia said we could trade Hua for a plant pod. They were talking about collecting scraps. Apparently Roland went out and collected scraps, even though he's not been talking to anyone. I guess he's still kind of doing stuff. Jinsu says that it seems like a fair trade to send Hua off. I mean, one single hydropod isn't really worth it, but if Hua's gonna die anyways, then who cares? Chun said the apron is missing. She's now dirty because of it. Let's see. I dropped the apron 9 hours ago. Ian picked it up and then he hid it. Why did he hide it? Janice came in and, hey, comforted me, gave me 2 morale, that's nice. So that was 2 hours ago. She's doing some stuff. I don't really know why Ian would hide anything, though. I guess it's not really hidden. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. Alicia has discovered a hidden stain-proof apron. Interesting. Well then. Maybe he hid it on accident? It'd be pretty foolish to hide it in a room that people are in and a camera. So, what's going on? The expedition was obviously successful. This was 9 hours ago. Wow, I can't believe it's that long since I've recorded. Probably heal up naturally, just received one. Let's see, don't worry about me unless the others are fixed up. I only took 3 damage. On the other hand, I could use one of those speeches I seem to keep missing. No. And they're counting morale right now. Obviously, healing the crew totally makes up for the 15 morale saved each day. It's possible Frida's a mush. Maybe she can't count. I mean, if you're mush, your morale doesn't tick down. So you kind of have to keep track of it in your head or in a notepad as to how much you should be losing when someone dies, when a day changes, things like that. Otherwise, you can be called out on it. I started sneezing there. I think I'm allergic to the cat. We really need to get out of this room soon. I've got full AP. I don't really know what I want to do with it. Text, please. We had an oxygen tank break, but that's fine. All of this is super old news. Raluca, yeah. After I said the cat clawed my eyes out, Frida says Raluca needs to retrain him. He is a naughty kitty. And that he is. Let's see if there's any research to be done. They're working on anti-spore gas. The maximum number of mush spores generated per day is reduced by 2. I think we'll go ahead and probably boost that up. And while I've got the apron, I will... It's a shame that I can't cook it here. If I eat it now, I'll lose 1 morale, which isn't really a game breaker. It's a shame that the AP will be going to waste. Let's participate in that. Anti-spore gas is up to 18%. Where's my research thread? Anti-spore gas, 18%. I'm gonna guess pretty much all of the crew is asleep. I think I'll just consume this regardless of the AP that I'm not putting to use. Don't care about the morale, but I just really don't want to risk getting dirty. You see, the longer we go without catching the mush, the more paranoid and stressed out people are going to get. Now, what I want to know... I was going to say, where the hell's my map? There's nothing for me to repair. There's not really anything for me to do on the bridge. I can go all the way down to Alpha Dorm and wait to participate in some plasma shield research tomorrow, which will probably be more useful than anti-spore gas. So, I think that's where we'll go. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Out to the hallway we go. I've got to chart the most optimal path, obviously. Every wasted action. Actually, I won't care about wasted actions. I'm not playing this game as a power gamer this time. I've been gone far too long to actually give a crap about all that stuff. I'm not going to interact with any of the stuff in here. Derek entered the room. Gioeli entered the room. I don't trust searching random containers. They can easily be spored and booby-trapped. Alicia came through here not too long ago. Janice came through here not too long ago. So, what do we have going on here? Jinsu wakes up. Alicia left. In fact, actually, forget Alpha Dorm. We're going to go straight to the Nexus and just hang out in there. Because tomorrow when I come back, hopefully I can find a relay partner. And I can start helping them boost plasma shields here. Again, I only have like 1%. So there's no point in even doing it. Communication is dirty. Inventory. Where's the Nexus thread? Neuron projects. tomorrow I will be here all day, so there will be hopefully more stuff going on. We should be going on another expedition tomorrow, jumping to a new planet. I have a feeling more people are going to die tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not getting sick, or I'll sit here with the sniffles all day. But whenever we come back, yeah, I think something bad is going to happen tomorrow. I can just feel it. Well, hello crew, and welcome back. It's now day 4, cycle 6, and it looks like I think we traded away Hua. I haven't noticed a morale hit, so no one actually died. Unfortunately, Hua was not an inactive Mush, so there are still at least 2 running around. I guess the only good news is they haven't managed to turn anyone yet. Unless they've taken a non-Mush and then turned someone, which I am now remembering as a valid tactic for hiding your Mush numbers. Let's check the dirty thread and see what's going on. Damn it, I'm dirty from building the Babel module. Why did things cause such a mess? So now Frida has been dirty. Terrence has been dirty, Derek has been dirty, Frida has been dirty, Elisha has been dirty. That's 4 of the active crew members that we've got that have been dirty. Not that many, but these are also, from what I can tell, the most talkative and active people on this ship too. My suspicion of everyone in this list grows. I'm pretty much keeping my distance from the crew right now. A, because I'm incredibly rusty, and I don't really trust any of them because I don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. I'm Steven, okay? I'm a fucking cook. A stowaway cook, mind you, and I'm not gonna get into the rest of my past. You can Google or space Google my criminal file, background, whatever, okay? You can figure it out on your own. I don't know what's going on, really. I haven't really fought the Mush. I don't trust any of them. I feel pretty damn safe in this room, which is pretty much why I've stayed here for the last 24 hours. Away from all of these people. The only person I think who has come in here, the archives are scrambled. Okay. Now I don't feel so safe in here. Didn't we have an information thread? If I could spell. Oh, really? Here, we'll just completely change that, because I don't like how that's spelled in reality, apparently. Nexus logs have been scrambled. Plasma shield is up to 51%. I'm not happy about this. That could mean so many things. I'm probably spored right now somehow. And that does not make me happy. I don't want to be a Mush. You see, I like being human. I'd rather not have the power of the mushroom coursing through my veins. PS is now 61%. Can relay for a bit this hour if anyone is active. Even though the logs have been scrambled, I'm not going to leave this place. I'm pretty sure the logs still work. Just anything that happened, I don't know. And they were working on some other stuff down there, nothing too terribly important. Yep, they sold Hua. The fat sold out, so we got a brain-dead Hua traded away for 1 hydropod. It does say extra hydropods, so maybe it's more than 1. Lucas said she's feeling depressed. Jinsu just said, let me know when you can make it to one of the dorms so I can use the speech wisely. However, I'll do a round at the engine room before day change. Just in case she can't make it up there, I guess. I guess for our expedition, Frida... This was all 9 hours ago. Never mind. Apron's back in the lab. The merchants that arrive, for some reason, are always announced in French. I don't get it. I think Neuron has a little bit of brain damage still. And these are all pretty old. I don't want to skip them all because it might have been something important. And they were trying to communicate with Chun, who so far I don't think has actually responded to anyone. She's kind of off the wall. She just walks around and talks to herself. There's something not right in the head with our Chun. And I don't know if it's because she doesn't trust any of us or because she's still in emotional shock and trauma from everything that's going on. But I'm hoping she'll snap out of it at some point. Connection with Soul was interrupted, but again, most of this was 9 hours ago. So, what I'm going to do more or less is just sit here probably for the next 30 minutes and see if anybody can come relay Plasma Shield. If they don't, what I'll most likely do is head up to research because the logs have been scrambled here, and I honestly don't know what that means. Obviously you can't read them, but I don't know if they come back. I don't know if things that happen in this room while they're scrambled will show up after they're unscrambled. Like, could just Mush come in here, tackle me, and turn me, and nobody would even know? I don't know. I just don't know. Well, hello and welcome back. It's still the same cycle, and, well, yeah, I hadn't even read this for... I'm putting my hand over the screen here. Don't read those top chat boxes yet. I was gonna say, it seemed like chat had come alive whenever I switched back to this tab, and the very first thing we see is that Jinsu is dead. Alicia came down and said she got our first mush. She also got gastro from it. Let's see. Yeah, Commander, can you please move the ship, Alicia said 32 minutes ago, and then Jinsu said, I think we should take care of what happened at Nexus. Stephen was telling the truth about logs being scrambled, and he was pretty apprehensive about everything he said there. I'm guessing Alicia came down here and did some investigating with her skill set, and figured out it had to be him. Okay. Jinsu, really need you to move the ship. Terrence is a mush and he's taken off in Pasiphae, so, oh, wow. That was 19 minutes ago. So this is their secret channel where they had people that they had basically confirmed were human, I guess, invited in here. And they were talking about other things. Okay. Okay, no problem. Not going anywhere, I guess. So the Nexus is going to be my new home. Until the end of this cycle, when the logs become unscrambled, I'm probably going to be stuck here, and most likely no one else is going to come in here and even try to visit me. I could be Mush right now, for all they know. I could be extracting spores, wasting most of my AP, waiting for people to come in, and then just spore them. If I was Mush, that's exactly what I would be trying to do. Get people in here to relay. Get people in here to investigate. I'm also not going to click on this because I do not trust the shelving unit. So yeah, that's what's going on now. Just a small little minor update. I probably won't check back in until the end of the cycle when the logs become unscrambled and we can start trying to figure out, A, how to knock any suspicion off me, how to prove that I'm human, unless they're going to rush, like, the Mush soap and then make me go take a shower or something. I don't know. There's a couple possibilities, but right now I'm more focused on trying to figure out how I can clean my name from any suspicion. Even though I've been invited in here, it doesn't mean that this is the true Mush hunting channel filled with humans. Any of these people could still be Mush, I think. Except maybe Gioeli, who did get sick, and Elisha, who just killed a Mush. I don't know what has possibly cleared Paola and Frida. Hello crew and welcome back. It is now day 4, cycle 7, and there's a lot more dead people. I step away for just a little bit after this incident, and bam! I think 2 more Mush have died. Let's see. I did say this an hour ago. I said if you can somehow convince Chun to understand words, maybe have her sweep the back of the ship and into the Nexus for spores. Gioeli asked if I'm still online. Yeah. Good. Check in every 5 minutes or so. I really am bored back here. Elisha asks me not to touch anything. She says I'm lucky to be human. We want us to stay that way. Probably best if we just stand still until we can get Mushapore, which is pretty crazy. I lost 1 morale. I lost another morale. Elisha entered and left. They're relaying Pilgrid. It's just been Reluca and Gioeli for the most part. So I guess we're trying to keep Reluca alive because her morale is just incredibly low right now. And if she dies, it'll be really hard for us to finish Pilgrid and get back home. Derek was assassinated. He ended up being one of the Mush, apparently. Gioeli assures Reluca that we'll make it. Cat already used. Bananas, please. Reluca, please eat the Lombric bar. It will give you +2 morale, then we can get you bananas or sex on day 5. We just need to survive until day 5 base and we'll all get +6. So Elisha ran some stuff down there and saved Reluca's life. A Lombric bar, whatever the hell that is. I think it's a actually vending machine item. Elisha says, folks, we are mush free for the moment. I have 2 spores apparently, and she told me not to touch anything. None of our mush touched the cat, so use Shrody. And this is pretty awful. I like Neuron and all. Yeah, being trapped in here with Neuron for 2 days is getting on my nerves already. Just clear those out. Who was the other Mush? Terrence was the other Mush, apparently, and I don't know how he was assassinated. I don't know where they organized all of this. Probably another channel, obviously. But Elisha had been tracking down the Mush and using her skills for that. I'm kind of hoping that there are more Mush, but I have a strong suspicion that there is not, which makes me kind of sad. It doesn't mean that we're on a free ride anyways. There's still tons of bad things that can happen. There could be Mush traps around the ship just waiting to turn anyone. We could go on an expedition and get turned into Mush, not to mention the ship is going to start falling apart and working against us. With Terrence and, let's see. So is it just Roland left for our able pilots? I assume Frida doesn't count due to other duties. If we don't have any more pilots, like if it's just Roland, we are definitely going to be blown apart by like day 6 or 7. Let's see. I need to check this. Plasma shield is only at 67%, so we're not really close to even, completing that. That's going to take another day or so, which is unfortunate. And Reluca has 0 AP to even continue working on Pilgrid. Right now, things are starting to form. I have a feeling in the next couple cycles throughout the day, we're going to have to kind of hash together a plan to fix our morale problem. She said that base is coming up, I think, on day 5 or day 6, but I'm not sure many of us can last that long. I'll be fine for a while, provided other people don't start dropping like flies. Well, hello crew, and welcome back to Mush. It's now day 5, cycle 1, and I believe that our journey is just about over with, honestly. Let's see. Frida says they should rush the soap, that way I could shower a bunch, and I don't turn mush. Also said it should be safe for me to move into Bravo dorm, which I really don't need to. I have full AP, I don't really need to sleep right now. I'm probably just going to stay in the Nexus, even though I do think this ship will be ending in the next cycle or so. Frida says so, she cured her gastro, that she obtained from all the death, and then there's a whole bunch of regular chat going on. Let's see. Folks, we are mush free for the moment, Alicia says. Steven has 2 spores, they tell me not to touch anything. And Alicia goes, just a little background on how the mush hunt went down if anyone is curious. I was scraping logs the whole trip. I saw Terrence leave Bravo dorm, followed his tracks to the Nexus, and the logs were scrambled. Then saw he took off in the Pacific, so pretty clear he was mush. Then when I asked Jinsu to move the ship, he said we needed to deal with the Nexus situation and conveniently went there to check. This immediately made me think he went to take advantage of the situation and spike Steven. I made a snap call and killed him for this. Luckily, it was correct. Gioeli then moved the ship and knocked out Terrence. I checked the tabulatrix and we still had an Anonymous on board. This left 2 possibilities. Either they converted Steven and Steven was online to take Anonymous, or Derek and Jinsu got Terrence when he was in the rear corridor. They were the only ones who could have spiked him when he was there. We guessed Derek as it seemed more likely. Gioeli knocked him out too. So glad we bet on Steven. Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe not. And I'm actually gonna... God damn it, I hate how it scrolls everything and then... whatever. So far, all I've done in this ship is research. And not exactly the most thrilling run I've ever had. Pilgrim has been completely repaired, so we can head home. Not a moment too soon. 31 hunters are attacking us. Our armor is gonna just melt. We just lost 30 hull in 1 cycle, so it's time to go home. By the way, if Gioeli doesn't show this cycle, I can hack and move us if someone brings the hacker kit to the bridge. Let's see if I can grab some stuff and run it up there. I've got the AP, and I would really like to get home anyways. So there's fires all over the place, things are breaking, hostile vessels everywhere. Basically there's nothing going on now. We're simply trying to get the hacker kit. Oh wow, there's a fire back here. Let's see. Swedish sofa, we don't need that. I could take the extinguisher. Yeah, I'll pick it up. Why not? I wonder if anything was damaged here. So far, no. 50% chance to extinguish? Yeah, I might as well. Maybe I can get some glory or something from doing it. Okay. Now, one thing I'm curious about is if fuel has been loaded. Didn't see a whoop, not a moment too soon. Okay. Ugh. Dying. Thanks. Hacker kit is in Bravo dorm. Alicia is online. Do I need to load fuel or are we good? That's the Babel module. It's incredibly useful whenever you're actually on a ship that is doing exploration. Before we run up there, we're going to give Alicia just a minute or two to kind of refresh chat and let me know about fuel. It's possible that we don't need it for Pilgrim, but I still think we do. Again, it's been a long time since I've done anything on Mush, so I can't remember if you can just jump home with Pilgrim or if you actually have to load it with one. I'm pretty sure you have to load it. There's Frida, sleeping peacefully. We'll flirt with the old bag. She did good in keeping us alive. Dowry Factory got trapped, but Icarus is probably the safer place to get a ration. A trap there would have set off the Myco alarm. True, unless it was like trapped, you know, before the Myco alarm. But then I think if somebody, nope, no need for fuel, okay. I'm gonna risk it going to the refectory. Because why not? And Santa Stephen will help get this ship home just in time for Christmas. Didn't really do anything, this ship. I am kind of disappointed. Steven's a little bit slower character to play as. At least whenever I play with him. It generally takes a while. Like a couple days. Probably about day 7 is when Steven starts really becoming useful, because, at least for me, that's when there's tons of things going on. The ship's falling apart. You know what, if I have to go get another ration, I'll have plenty of AP to do it. She should be able to hack and move us without needing another one. And I'm not even sure if she would be able to chow down on 2 in a row, or if she'd already be full. Rest in peace, Janice. Okay, there's the food. There's the hacker kit. We've got Paola up here, who only has logistics expert. We're gonna flirt with Paola too. Just doesn't matter about our history together, okay? I can still flirt with her. As long as Gioeli doesn't see. So there's the hacker kit. There's everything we need to get home now. She's an IT expert. She has tracker, which gives her full access to movement history that shows her who goes into and out of various rooms. She can basically follow people and make sure that they're doing what they said they were doing, and weren't doing things they should not be doing. No problem. Need another ration, just let me know. I used all of my movement points, but I still have 3 AP. We'll see if her hacking is lucky or not. Again, I must display my disappointment in this run. I had such high hopes that the Mush wouldn't be so incompetent. I've yet to find a good situation where you can scramble the logs and not get caught. I guess in one of the dorms you could scramble the logs if like 6 or 7 people were in the room, and then maybe just spore somebody or something. I'm not entirely sure. But if it's a small room like the one I was in, it's going to be easy to track who came into and out of it. It's very situational, like a lot of the Mush skills.
To the external world. Because of the superstition, the myth, the absolutely unfounded theory.
And I think while this song plays, I'm going to go ahead and end the video.
Now I want to propose another
Let's see, I'm hacked into the command console. Any last words, people? Take us home, Sally. I've got things I need to accomplish that don't involve just pushing research. I think my dog's outside barking at the wind again. Because she's absolutely insane.
You're not something that is a result of the Big Bang.
Oh god, it's the K-Pax music.
Of the process. You are still the process. You are
Oh
the
god, I'd hate if I start coughing all the time and I have to stop recording for a while. I'm kind of on a roll with Final Fantasy
See,
12.
when I meet you, I see not
Shut up.
what you define.
It's okay to have for a song, one of those ambient songs, to have a little bit of dialogue, but Jesus Christ. I don't need a whole college lecture going on. I'll give Alicia until 50 seconds counts down here. And then I'm going to end the video and just come back at the victory screen. A hollow victory, in my opinion. I don't think we researched the Mush cure. We didn't make it to Eden. All we did was kill the Mush on our ship. And then we're going to head back home to the infected planet, with Chun in tow. The one thing we should be protecting, even if she is brain damaged now. We're taking basically right back into the heart of the enemy. I think she's gonna wait a little bit. No one has any last words. Everyone's just ready for this to get over with. Yeah. Okie dokie, been a pleasure hanging out with you all, and glad it had a happy ending. I don't know. We are taking ourselves back home to the nest of the enemy. I didn't even get to cook any mushrooms. How disappointing. Andy died. Hua was kidnapped by a superior race. We'll give out likes to pretty much everyone that was active. Ian tried. Terrence, you tried. Derek, you tried too. Roland, I guess you tried even if you didn't really talk. Jinsu. We kinda, I don't know about Quan T. He was quiet the whole time. I want to say he was on the ship doing something, but I don't know. Okay, I gotta make sure that that like went through. This interface has always been incredibly horrible and laggy. Okay, I think that about does it. So much for that ship. We're going to confirm it and continue and leave our last words with that ship. We don't get to see the score or anything like that until everyone else has confirmed, which means like 2 weeks from now because of the inactive players that quit. But yeah, so much for the first ship in 2 years. I will be seeing you guys on my next ship, which I don't know if I will be sending out an alert beforehand or not. Depends how long I want to wait, I guess.